On Sunday, we're gonna have the Hisuian Typhlosion raid day in Pokemon Go, which means we are gonna get free raid passes and we're gonna have increased odds for a shiny in Pokemon Go, which is very exciting for all of us, and it's a fun day to get outside, especially, I mean, we got a ton of snow here in Oregon, so I don't know what it looks like where you're at, but hopefully it is warm and it is tolerable. But for me, regardless, I'm going out, I'm getting that shiny Hisuian Typhlosion, and we're gonna go over the top tips, tricks, and strategies to help you guys max out on this Pokemon in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Trainer Club, here we go! The raid day event is going down on Sunday, January 14th from 2 until 5 p.m. local time. And during the entire day, if you guys are new to the raid battles, this day is going to be a recycled raid battle day, which means every hour, every gym is going to get repopulated, so you don't have to worry about the old 3-hour format, which is a fantastic change they've made. On this day, you're going to get 5 free raid passes. So if you don't do a raid on Saturday, which is probably unlikely for all of us, but if you want to save a raid pass, do not do a raid on Saturday, spin a gym, take that pass into Sunday, go in with a free raid pass. So then you'll get a grand total of 5 additionals for a grand total of 6 raid passes. They are also increasing the raid limit from Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time all the way until Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for a grand total of 20 raid battles for the day. There's going to be increased chances of getting the Hisuian shiny, and this Pokemon will populate pretty much every raid battle for 3 hours, which it's a fun time, not even gonna lie. Okay, so with that said, I've also gotten every 100% IV except the Samurott that has come for these little raid days, which is going to include the Hisuian Braviary, the Weirdeer, the Cleaver, as well as the Avalugg. So can I maintain that in this raid day? I don't know, but I'll probably put out a short just to see because it's pretty fun for me at this point. And additionally, there's going to be a $5 add-on that's going to get you 8 additional free raid passes, an increased chance of getting XL Rare Candy. I'm going to put a precaution on this one that if you are buying this $5 one for the increased XL Rare Candy chances, I would say be cautious. The reason being is that these increased chances of XL Rare Candy have notoriously been almost non-existent, but just think about it, $5 is getting you 8 additional raid passes. Yes, you have to use those to get those, but at the same time, guys, that additional raid passes is pretty cool, right? It pays for itself with just that. Additionally, you're getting a 50% increase in XP and 2 times catch Stardust as far as this day. Okay, guys, and before we go onwards, the shiny is this, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it's not super noticeable. It's not like a Guzzlord type shiny, but a shiny is a shiny in Pokemon Go. Let me know what you guys think of the shiny and how much you're going to be participating based on the weather or based on your interest in this Pokemon. So now we're going to transition into the counters. This Pokemon is going to be a fire and ghost type, and we're also going to cover some of the stats as well. It maxes out at 3,385, so it's not a crazy high Pokemon. It has an attack of 238, a defense of 172, and a stamina of 177. And the weather boost is going to be in 2 conditions. It's going to be in either sunny weather or foggy weather. So sunny weather is obviously going to boost it all the way to level 25, and the 100% IVs for both of those. 1710 at all conditions except sunny and foggy weather, which is going to boost it to level 25 at 2138, which is then going to lead us into the weaknesses of this Pokemon. It's going to have 5, which is going to be dark, ghost, ground, water, as well as rock. Which then takes us also into the resistances, which is actually a pretty impressive list. So it's going to double resist bug, normal, as well as fighting, and single resist fire, fairy, grass, ice, poison, as well as steel. And the quick moves are going to be ember as well as hex, and the charge moves are going to be shadow ball, fire punch, wild charge, and overheat. So actually the moveset of this Pokemon is pretty cool. I think it's a good moveset, and it makes me interested in PvP. Obviously, as far as a fire type, it's competing against Mega Charizard and Reshiram, and then as far as a ghost type, it's competing against Mega Gengar, Gyarados Origin Form, and while this Pokemon looks cool and has decent stats, unfortunately, it will not do well as a meta attacker, but that's okay. So with all that said, what would be my top strategies for the day? Okay, so if you're needing some XP, guys, this is a good time to put on a lucky egg and do these raids pretty fast, because according to Pokébattler, it's going to take 0.57 to be able to take down this Pokemon, which is pretty impressive, which means what are going to be the top counters? The number 1 counter is going to be Primal Groudon with Mudshot, as well as Precipice Blades. And the cool thing about the Primal Groudon is it is a multi-purpose Pokemon. What I mean by that is it's going to be the top counter, it's going to be the strongest against this Pokemon, and it is going to help you catch this Pokemon with increased XL Candy. So this is a double win of a situation, especially if you have it at a Mega Level 3, which I hope you do because you have had more than enough time. So Primal Groudon is the counter, and more than likely you're probably not going to go too much beyond Primal Groudon from what I'm seeing here. In spot number 2, we have Waterfall and Origin Pulse on the Primal Kyogre. While this is really cool. It does not yield you that increased XL candy. In spot 3 and 4, we have a stacked, really powerful mega list. So we have the Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball on the Mega Gengar. In spot number 4, we have the Smackdown and the Brutal Swing on the Mega Tyranitar. In spot 5, we have Mudshot and Hydro Cannon on the Mega Swampert. In spot 6, we are going to have the Brutal Swing once again with the Smackdown on the Shadow Tyranitar. In spot 7, we have Shadow Rampardos with Smackdown and Rock Slide. In spot 8, we have Mudshot and Earth Power on the Mega Garchomp. Okay, so there's a lot of really strong Megas that are coming through for this specific raid battle. In spot 9, Mega Diancie. In spot 10, we're going to have Shadow Rhyperior. And if you guys are looking for budget counters, in spot 18, we have Bite and Brutal Swing on the Hydreigon. And that will be the top budget counter to use, but you can also use Gengar and other Ghost-type Pokemon. But we've had Dino Calm Day. Most of us should have some pretty good Hydreigon, so that's going to be what we do here. Okay, so as far as our top tips for the day, because we've gone over it here, what would I suggest doing? Popping a Lucky Egg and going after this Pokemon if you do need some XP. This is a great time to be able to grind a little bit of XP, especially if you have some best friend boosts or even great friends or even ultra friends to add on to this. Having an auto catcher in the background to catch Pokemon while you are raiding is always a good thing, right? To be able to put on that Lucky Egg, throw on the auto catcher, walk down there, put on an incense, and be able to capitalize. It's going to serve you well because it will be in the exact same time frame as the Dazzling Dream event, and what happens during that event is you're getting a bonus of 2 times catch Stardust and 2 times hatch Stardust. So you're going to be boosted Stardust on these Pokemon. So you might even go into this day with 12-kilometer eggs, since you hopefully will be out there walking around. And while you're walking around, guys, you can capitalize on getting that hatch Stardust with star pieces on. You can raid more, you're getting increased Stardust if you have that $5 add-on. So 2 times Stardust from completing all of the raids, which will happen on top of that. And if you're having incense, guys, it's a good time to be able to be playing, even though it might be a little cold. So there's not really too much tips beyond that. Be efficient, be with a good party, ready up really fast, and get through these raid battles. Get yourself additional XP, pop that Lucky Egg, and get your best friend, ultra friend, and great friend bonus. And then on top of that, be running an auto catcher in the background with some star pieces on so that you guys can play and you guys can capitalize. And the best way to be able to do it, just a reminder, guys, that once the raid battle starts, you say 3, 2, 1, and then it says go, and then it starts the timer. You can walk away from that raid battle and you can go to the next raid battle as long as you don't die out. If you do die out and it kills all your Pokemon, in this situation, highly unlikely, what you're going to do is you're going to not ready up again, because if you're out of range of that raid, it will kick you from that raid battle. But if you're not going to die out, is all you have to do is keep on walking. Once that raid completes, you could be at the next raid, you can catch that Pokemon, and you can move on with your raid day. So while this Pokemon is not the strongest Pokemon, because if we check it out in PvP, it's ranked 412 in Great League, 333 in Ultra League, and 214 in Master League, it does serve because you can get a shiny, you have additional XP, and you can get rare XL candy while raiding. So that's going to do it, guys. Thank you guys as always for tuning in. To all of my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody take your support, subscribe, participation to X level. I'm going to see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.